I was like, who is that? And he like trips and he's like, oh my God, who is that? Yeah. He's beautiful.
He's just staring him down.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting for it because Eli mentioned it like offhand when he was like giving Adam tasks. He's like, also, we need someone to help paint the sets. Ask that guy with the tattoos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then fucking Claire comes in. I'm like, this is not a good time.
Nope.
And then I wrote down, girl, what is he going to do in a day? And
she's being, she is being a little / a lot selfish. Also, Eli does have an idea for the end of the play, apparently.
Yeah, he's like, I have an idea. And she's like, great, what is it? And he's like, I'm going to fix the play. And she's like, oh, you're talking about that. I thought you had a plan for Asher. And I'm like, girl, not the time.
No.
And then she's like, well, I have a plan. We're going to sneak into his office while he's at an award ceremony tomorrow night and plant something on his computer. And I'm like, Claire, you can't put fake shit on his computer. You're going to get caught, and that's just going to tear down your character even more.
It's like a terrible idea.
It's a horrible idea. And also, Eli's play is the next night, and she totally forgot about that. She's like, oh, yeah, your play. And I'm like, Claire, you're being really shitty.
Yeah.
She's being super shitty.
Don't get me wrong, she's dealt with the trauma. I get that. But also,
she's just dealing with it in a really bad way.
It's so unhealthy.
It's very unhealthy. She needs to be talking to an adult.
Yeah.
And Eli's like, I'll figure out how to do both things. We'll figure it out. And I'm like, no, Eli, focus on your shit. Claire's being selfish. And
also coming up with terrible plans.
Terrible ideas that are illegal.
Yeah.
And then
we find out that Becky Baker is a Baptist, which makes sense.
Yeah, we're with Adam and Becky, and they're like trying to do their science project. And Adam's like, yeah, I used to go to church too, Becky. That's how I know that they're like, not everyone who believes in God is offensive like you are. Yeah. And then he pulls out like a 70 million year old like mollusk or something and is like, let's do our project on this. And she's like, okay, cool. And she's like, oh, so you look past, like, don't you think this is like unnatural, or don't you think this is a lie? Like, doesn't the Bible say that the earth is only 6,000 years old?
And she's like, isn't that kind of a metaphor? And he says my favorite, which is, so you'll look past the Bible for a mollusk, but not when you see a play about two dudes in love.
Yeah. And she's like, I mean, blah, blah. And then he's like, because of intolerance like yours, I've been thrown out of washrooms, beaten up bad. And she says, well, I would never want to hurt anybody. And then he comes back with, the stuff you say, though, makes people think it's okay to bully kids who are gay or transgender or different in any way. And it's just like slam on slam on slam.
Hell,
and exposing her hypocrisy. And he's like, all right, well, let's work on this separately. I don't want to work with you because
fuck you.
Yeah, terrible.
Adam's amazing.
And Becky's kind of like, wait, what? My brain is exploding with all of this information.
We love Adam. We don't deserve Adam.
Adam's the best. And then we're with Tristan,
who has a big crush
on the stagehand guy.
On tattoo guy, and Tori and Maya are not competent.
Yeah, and he's like, we shared a look. And they're like,
they kind of did, though.
They totally did, though. And they're like, I mean, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. They're like already like trying to like ramp down his energy. And he's like, thanks for looking out for me, but I'm going to get that boy to kiss me. Mark my words. And then walks away. And it's great.
It's incredible. I love it. And then Eli is talking to Imogen about the new plan for the play. And she's super on board. But she needs bigger poles, so it's going to take a couple hours, which seems reasonable. But Eli's like, a couple hours? I'm like, yeah, she has to go acquire materials, man.
I need to get this revision to Simpson before the end of the day, and I have Claire stuff. And then Imogen's like, whew. Like, I'm glad I'm getting deja vu, changing the end of the play, doing everything for Claire. I'm glad I'm no longer caught up in Hurricane Eli. And I'm like,
same.
Yeah.
He is being kind of worrying. It's like, she's like, you're being kind of manic and scary.
Yeah. Like, remember last time? Remember the last play? Remember how crazy everything was then?
Remember that rewrite?
Yeah. But then we find out that the rewrite was accepted, and it's exciting. And then Claire, it's like the end, it's like the last scene, I think it's the next day, and Simpson's like, it's accepted, good job. And it's like the day that the play is going to premiere, and it's like, thank God. And Claire comes in, and he's like, it was accepted, and she's like, oh, great. your play's still happening. Okay, well, I'm still doing this thing. And Eli is, like, trying to back out.
He's
thinking
thinking
sense into her.
so clearly. I'm honestly so proud of him and his growth.
Yeah.
It, like, warms my whole entire
great.
heart.
And he's like, you need to talk to Miss O. You need to tell her. And she's like, no. He's like, well, too bad I already told her about it. And I was like, oh, that's a move. But also, he's like, someone needed to go to an adult in this situation. Because Claire wasn't going to do it on her own.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's definitely an overstep, but Eli and Claire are all about overstepping.
Yeah.
And
sometimes
it needed
one.
She needed to talk to someone. I mean, it's definitely like morally hinky, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know if Eli told Miss O the details, but I feel like if he did, that probably wouldn't be great, but I feel like he, like, to get around a little bit of the morally hinky area would be, I'm worried about Claire. Something happened to her with her internship. I really think you need to talk to her because I'm worried. And she's, like, acting rash.
Yeah.
Because she is. And, oh yeah, wait. The last scene is we're with Tristan, who's like, I tripped over a shrub trying to talk to that cute boy, but whatever, I'll try again. And then he finds a rose on his locker, and it's giving me Rick flashbacks.
Yep, with a thing from a secret admirer.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, yay! And then I was like, oh no, this is going to be a trick or a trap or something. Because then we find out that it coincides directly with, like, the last rehearsal before the play starts, and like, the play is going to start. Maybe while he's away, he might miss some stuff, and they're like, not Og, you really need to just not let all these people down. And he's like, it'll be really fast and worth it.
I gotta do it.
And that's when I'm like, no, is this going to be a trap?
And then we start part 2, and Claire is with Miss O, and her mom is here. And Claire is like, no, nothing happened. Everything's okay. Nothing happened. And it's like, girl, you need to talk about this. And I'm like, this isn't going to make it any easier. It's not going to make it go away.
No.
Your plan is not good.
She's like, I was obsessed with him. It's my fault. I'm like, why are you doing this?
And then Miss O is like, no, that's not what happened. Like, tell me about what happened. And I'm like, thank God Miss O believes her. And they want to go to the police. And Claire doesn't want to, which is fair. If that she doesn't want to go, I don't think she should be forced to, like, bring it all up again if she doesn't want to.
No, but she should be forced into therapy.
She should be forced into therapy 1,000% because she needs to be there. Mm-hmm. She needs to talk to somebody. And then we get a gross glimpse into some whisper hug practice that I did not care for. And Tori is like, where's Tristan? And then
she's
like,
super pissed.
She's really pissed that he went off to meet a secret admirer. And Zig's like, we should give him his space. And she's like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And then we're with Becky, who is deciding that she doesn't want to protest the play anymore because she recognizes that it's hateful, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah.
And
then Adam comes in. Yeah, Luke is there. And Adam comes in, and he's like, Tristan is missing. And he's like, I swear to God, if you did something. And she's like, I didn't do anything. And, like, Adam definitely thinks that they both did it, but this just has Luke written all fucking over it.
And Becky's like, swear to God, like, what did you have anything to do with this? Like, please, you have to tell me. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because he's awful.
He's the worst.
And then we're with Claire after her meeting, and she's pissed at Eli. And she's like, they want me to go to the police with no evidence to be humiliated again. And I'm still doing my plan. And I'm just like, you can't plant false evidence. Don't do this. And Eli knows she's being insane. And he's like, no, I'm not helping you do this. Please don't do this. I need to focus on my play. Please don't do this. This is a bad idea, but I can't get dragged into this shit again. Like, I'm finally good. I can't do it. And I'm very proud of him for not feeding into her crazy plan.
Meanwhile, Katie is a good friend, but also enabling and disaster. So she's like, I'll help.
Yeah. And then Claire tells her that the plan is that Claire is going to take sexy photos of herself and plant them on Asher's computer. And Katie's like, won't that just make you, like, really look like you actually are obsessed with him? And Claire's like, they already think that. It doesn't matter. I'm 17. like, he can't have these photos on his computer because it's child pornography. And I'm like, why is this the first time we're bringing up that child pornography exists? And Claire's crazy-ass plan, not when Peter did it, not when Peter did it again.
Sure. Not when both times that Peter did it.
Like, we didn't talk about it then, but now we're talking about it in this crazy-ass plan. And Katie's like, wow, well, if you're willing to do that, then I'll definitely help you. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, seconded. I also said what. It was, what the fuck? Yeah.
And then we're in the hallway, and we're all looking for Tristan, and Owen is there, and he's like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, well, first they notice that Tristan... Dallas and Luke have Tristan's phone.
Yeah.
And they're standing there with Owen, and I guess Owen didn't notice that it was Tristan's phone. He doesn't know, like, what's going on. But Tori notices right away because they're calling him and it's ringing. And then they see them with the phone. They're like, that's Tristan's phone.
And then Owen's like, what the fuck did you do to my brother? And it's like the most I've ever liked Owen.
It's 100% the most I've ever liked Owen. I was just like, yes, punch him in the face.
Like, make them bring your brother back.
I'm like, oh, because do they know that Tristan is Owen's brother? I don't know if they do, because they don't really, like, Owen doesn't really talk about it.
Yeah,
but like, I'm like,
they kind of both avoid each other.
But I'm like, he will destroy him.
Murder you.
Yeah. He threatened everyone in the neighborhood so they wouldn't laugh at him when he put on a play as a child. He will destroy you.
Owen's so shitty, but he can be a good brother. He can be a shitty brother too,
he's a protective.
Very protective over his brother, which I appreciate.
I do enjoy that. It's like the one glowing quality of Owen that I enjoy. It's the one that I enjoy, and it is how protective he is over his brother.
Yeah.
This just like warmed my whole entire heart. I'm like in my bed yelling like, yeah, fuck yeah, Owen. Like,
I'm like, this is the only time I've been happy to have Owen in a situation. I'm like, yes, enforcer. Like, bring your brother back.
Yeah.
Murder everybody.
Yeah.
Get aggro. I'm supportive of this right now. But then we're with Claire, who's taking the photos of herself at school in the bathroom, which also probably adds even more illegal shit to this entire situation.
Also, like, nothing made me more uncomfortable in this world than watching Claire take sexy photos
of herself in a bathroom mirror while Florence and the Machine is playing in the background.
So confusing. And Katie looks like a badass blocking the door, though, I will say that.
Yeah, she's blocking the door, but I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm like, don't take off your bra. What do you know? Ooh, no.
Nope.
Did not enjoy that.
Hated it. Also, Katie, I honestly, when Katie first started talking to Claire, I kind of forgot that Katie is dating Jake. So Katie and Claire kind of are like friends now and know each other now. Yeah. Because my only connection with Katie and Claire together was when Katie was like, no, Claire is drama.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You're bad at writing.
Newspaper.
Yeah. So it was just, I was like, why is this happening? Oh, right.
Yeah. And then we're with Becky, who's singing, and I didn't like it. And then everyone's like, where's Tristan? Where's Tristan? And she's like, I can help, maybe. I don't know. Or she's like singing at a bus stop.
She's like sitting at the bus stop, and she's listening to a song, and is
she listening to a song from the play?
She is.
How is this, like, downloadable?
Unclear. I have no idea. Like, I just did
I'm confused about that.
I have no idea. But she, like, the lyrics help her come to the conclusion that she's gonna help because Tristan is still missing, and she feels like it's probably Luke's fault.
And we're with Eli, and we're with Eli and Adam is still like, why are you thinking about Claire right now? Because Adam doesn't really know what's going on, but he's still like, dude, priorities, because Eli's still like worried about her, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Becky is like, I'm here to help. I'm like, I know all the songs. I'm like, how? You haven't been at any rehearsals. How do you... fine, you know the songs, but do you know any of the lines? Like, Jules is a major part.
Do you know...
literally one of the names in the title of this play.
Do you know, like, any of the choreography? Do you know where the fuck you have to stand? Like any of the blocking at all?
And I'm just like, where the fuck is Tristan? This is gonna be a disaster.
No. And she's like, I'll be Juliet. And Eli's like, no, you have to be Jules. Like, that's the whole point of this fucking play.
And she's like, you want me to promote homosexuality? And Eli's like, I want you to promote tolerance. And she's like, fine, I'll do it as a boy. I'll be if Tristan doesn't show up, I'll be Jules. And I'm like, okay.
And Adam's like, what the fuck? And Eli's like, whatever, she can sing. Who cares?
I'm like, can she, though?
I think she's fine.
She's fine. Yeah, it's very theater voice.
It's very theater voice.
And then we're with Claire. We're at the newspaper, and I'm just like, this is a terrible idea. I don't know. I actually don't remember. I just have, like, Becky stuff. I wrote, Claire, this is a bad idea. And then I'm like, Tristan, where are you?
They locked him in a storage room.
So then we find Tristan.